The Abyss Order. Enemies of the human race. Even the underground networks rarely come across any information on them. With that said, it was a bit of a hassle, but I'm...
Really? That quickly?
Come to think of it, Mr.
How do I put it? The Seven, as people now know them, were once known as the Seven Archons. Each Archon presides over their own part of Teyvat. That is the role of the Archons. Only in performing this duty can we attain power. But I don't like the idea of ruling Mondstadt, and I don't feel Mondstadt would really like it either.
Go forth and establish a city of freedom without rule. We have not forgotten Barbados's wish for—
Jean, you're such— Maybe someone got a little too—
However it may have come to be, I haven't been back to Mondstadt for an extended period. Without a doubt, I am now the weakest Archon among the Seven. Aw, you flatter me.
Oh, such a humble god. But we digress. We have tracked the Abyss Mage to the vicinity of the winery.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to not let—
Huh? What's this? After the Abyss Mage was defeated, a certain energy dispersed. It seems that energy was being used to cut off the connection between me and Deval. Huh. Do you know of Storm Terror's Of course. I believe the people of— After Dvalin woke up, he took the ancient— As it was with the storms that previously cut Mondstadt off from the outside world. But now, as the energy dispersed from the Abyss Mage, I must admit, it sounds even more horrendous. It should be enough to let us break through the storm barrier and reach—
Which means we're going to confront Dvalin? I'm fine with that. Jean is the one who wishes to avoid—
No. When there are no other options left, it is my responsibility to alter our course of— If slaying him is our only choice, I will—
Fortunately, we have yet to need to—
By that—
I mean that the Holy Liar is not our real trump card? The Traveler, of course.
The Traveler?
Correct. But you have a much more the impurities in the tears and the curse that binds Dvalin, which me—
You tone-deaf bard! Don't you see— You've seen what Dvalin is like when he's ticked off? She'll be swallowed whole before she even gets to lift a finger.
Hey, nice plan.
I am with you, Honorary
Oh, so we just need to fight monsters from the Abyss.
Humans aren't without their strengths. Let's—
And so, epic actions of brave heroes finally leads to this 11th hour.
It's a storm barrier. It looks so dangerous.
Leave it to me. Although this wooden lyre is all— I don't need the lyre to break through this kind of storm barrier.
Enemy attack! Prepare—
The stage will need to be cleared before I can begin my performance. Generally speaking, such chores are not the concerns of the performer himself.
Wait, what's going on? There shouldn't be any hilly troll camps in the vicinity of Storm Terror's lair.
The hilly trolls usually do not venture into— It puts a heavy burden on their bodies.
The Abyss Order must be manipulating them behind the scene and presumably spreading their forces to halt—
Without further ado, I suppose I can play faster if my only audience—
It actually opened. You're not entirely useless, tone-deaf bard.
This is it. We are now entering Storm Terror's lair. Watch yourselves. Let's move.
Looks like this is the front gate to Storm Terror's lair. The gate is enormous compared to us. But still, Paimon wonders how Dvalin gets in there with a body that huge.
He doesn't walk in. He flies in.
Oh. You do have a point. It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Hey, check out that roof. Is there a giant...
I suppose we could make use of that wind current.
Let's make a detour then.
Heading up.
Do you think there will be Abyss Mages hiding in the ruins?
Yeah.
Either way, if we do run into one, we will let the victorious Master Diluc do the...
Do not underestimate them just because I have beaten one of them before. I'm not boasting. I'm simply saying there is more to the Abyss Order than a few mages.
Correct. That's why I tagged along, after all. Well, that and also for your safety. Why am I so diligent? Too diligent for a poet, in fact.
So says the person that made zero effort to search for the dragon tears and drank in the tavern all day. Paimon doesn't get it. What part of you is remotely diligent? Look, a wind current. It might lead us to the top of the tower.
Oh, we can't advance any further. The ruins seem to be guarded by ancient seals.
Is this the work of Dvalin?
No. These ruins were once part of an ancient... These ruins even predate the existence of the Four Winds. Mondstadt is a city without a ruler. It was ruled over by a tyrant. Anyway, I'll sing you that story when we have a...
The markings on this seal. If my archaeological knowledge is not mistaken, this appears to be a light act. If we retrieve and reintegrate all the parts, we should be able to get it working.
We should be close to completing the ceremony. Let's put the last part back and see.
Looks like we're right. There are 3 more
Which means there are 3 more corresponding light actuators. I can see one from here. The rest must be
Why did Dvalin pick a place filled with puzzles and...
He doesn't walk in. He flies in.
You do have a point. Wow, this light actuating ceremony does work magic! It looks like one of the 3 halos above has now become solid ground! Let's start looking for the next puzzle! It seems 2 of the halos have become solid ground! One more and the seals at the top of the tower will be broken! It's done! Paimon thinks we should venture onward from here.
Turning these adventures into songs after we're done. Hopefully, this song will be sung for years to come by the people of
I have loved that song since I was small. How are you feeling today, Honorary? I am completely prepared and fully confident.
Even Master D-Luke accompanied us to the very end, despite only being an accidentally involved bystander.
You shared your secret with me, and I only returned your trust to the same extent.
As for Master Jean, responsibility perhaps. What about the tone-deaf bard?
It's freedom.
Freedom?
When you first arrived at Mondstadt, did no one tell you that Mondstadt is... She really is a child of freedom. Mondstadt is a romantic city without the reign of a king, and its citizens enjoy the most freedom among... I hope the dragon that once protected Mondstadt will soon be free too. No one should have deceived him by telling him that Mondstadt... And no one should have told him that it was his eternal He has the right and freedom to choose...
Venti?
Well then, traveler. May the thousands of years of wind that have... Just like the last time, I shall channel animal energy for you.
Oh, no wonder you said his voice...
I'll extract and condense the pure animal from the shots being fired. Shattering them will create acceleration currents. I can't control where they will appear, so keep your eyes peeled. Now we can fight Dvalin on equal grounds. The grandest bard is here to help. But first, let me be clear. Even after hundreds of years without use, Dvalin's teeth and claws are still very dangerous. This is Dvalin's ace in the hole, Celestinum Finale Termini.
This dragon has strange taste when it comes to naming things.
I named it for him just now.
Seriously?
Well, anyway, let's ride the wind currents and stay away from the breaking platforms. The energy flooding out from the fissures will be hot. Be sure to watch your steps. Now is our chance. Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck. Now is our chance. Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
This place is gonna collapse!
It's been a while since we flew like this together. Huh, Dvalin?
Just now. Why? Why did you not ask me to protect you like the last time?
Me not wanting you to listen to the Abyss Order doesn't mean that you have to listen to me. Freedom, if demanded of you by an Archon, is really no freedom at all.
Is this the power of the Animal Archon? But I am no longer part of the Four Winds.
Even if that's so, you still protected us regardless. Now spread your wings of freedom and go with my blessing.
And so, the Storm Terror threat was quelled. I clarified the misunderstanding to the citizens of Mondstadt and let them know that they are safe. To them, it seems Storm Terror attacked Mondstadt out of nowhere and then vanished just as quickly. They must be finding the whole ordeal very confusing.
However, winds change their course. Someday, they will blow towards a brighter future.
You guys are back! The honorary knight returns triumphant.
Yep, we're back from tussling with...
You just returned yesterday, right? Jean got back first, and she told... I wonder if I'll ever get an opportunity like that. You're right, actually. Peace is hard won, and we shouldn't... And this time, you're the one we should all be grateful to.
You're welcome. But have you been waiting for us here this whole time?
Of course not. Just because I'm not out on the front line doesn't mean I don't have work to do. In fact, I'm dealing with the aftermath of the crisis.
Aftermath? Here? What happened in Mondstadt?
While Master Jean was away, the monsters lurking nearby made a coordinated attack on the city. Fortunately, we weren't completely taken by surprise. I detected the Hilly Churls were moving closer to the city.
Oh yeah! Paimon remembers. When we first met, you were clearing out one of their camps.
Exactly. And if we hadn't started making preparations back then, Mondstadt would be in... I know, it's strange. Hilly Churls aren't usually capable of coordinating like this. Our best guess is that the Abyss Order is behind it.
They've taken over the Hilly Churls. Good thing we saved Dvalin, or they might have taken him too.
That's right. And since I'm the Outrider, it's up to me to keep eyes on the Abyss Order from now on. I'm sorry. You should be celebrating your victory, not listening to all this somber talk. I promised to take you out for some sticky honey roast, didn't I? Before everyone got caught up in the Storm Terror crisis. There's no time like the present, right? You guys hungry?
You bet! You may have forgotten till just now, but it's been on Paimon's mind this whole time.
Awesome, let's go! It's been way too long since I last ate a sticky honey roast myself. Wait for me at Good Hunter. I'll be right there. I just have to clean up here real quick.
Thanks for helping us clean up the battlefield. You really didn't have to. This work ethic of yours really puts me to shame. I know this paltry sum doesn't begin to pay you back for everything you've done for the Knights.
Here we go. Crisis, danger, Adventurers Guild. Finally, our days of rescuing kittens and finding lost puppies are over. Roll up, youngsters. Join the Adventurers Guild today. What? What? The Storm Terror threat is resolved? I missed the acting Grandmaster's speech? Storm Terror should have put up more of a fight.
Long live the heroes. Many trade routes have closed due to the Storm Terror incident. We can cope for now. I cannot imagine a world... I hope they get the trade routes back up.
So Storm Terror's true identity is Dvalin. One of the four... Every cloud has a silver lining. Where for that, we have you to thank. And Jean for her unfailing devotion. As long as we have the Knights of Favonius...
Greetings. May I take your order?
Why so cold? I've always thought that we enjoy quite the intimate friendship. Ah, so you do feel something for me. And to bask in the presence of Mondstadt's new big hero is quite the morale boost.
Sweet-talking, sugar-coated Captain Kaya.
Nonsense. I speak from the heart. Me? Nothing. Oh, that's why I'm here. Somewhere quiet.
So what you thinking about?
The Abyss Order. A dragon wreaks havoc in Mondstadt, and the acting Grand Master leaves the city to combat the threat. Strategically, that's the perfect... If you were the Abyss Order, would you squander this golden opportunity by sending in nothing more than a few... To get to the bottom of it, I decided to wait. So I waited. Then came the day you made all hell break loose in Storm Terror's lair. That same day, I saw shadowy
Inside the city?
Well, all the other knights were outside, fighting the enemy. As you can imagine, that except for me, of course. And so I approached the Abyss Order infiltrators for a bit of... let's call it fraternizing. Through various means, I managed to gather some rather interesting intel. The situation is this. The Abyss Order... They are united under...
The Abyss Order has a leader?
Yes. And it was this very...
What exactly did you have to do to...
Let's just say I'm blessed with certain linguistic powers. There's more. The Abyss Order has a name for this leader. They call him the Prince. Now, I'm sorry to cut this intelligence briefing short, but I do believe I think she's still angry with me for my absence from the defense effort during the attack.
1 minute I see Kaya, the next he slipped away. Clear sign of a guilty conscience. Are you sure? Because that sounds like exactly what he... But let's forget about him. I worked super hard today. Hi, Sarah. 1 sticky honey... So, now the Storm Terror threat is behind us.
Paimon thinks it's time to leave Mondstadt and keep looking through the 7 nations until we find clues about her brother.
Huh, really? Oh, hey, don't feel down. You'll always be a friend of the Knights of Avonius. That's the spirit. Remember. All right, now let's eat before...
That was good.
Of course. Well, I don't trust myself. Oh, I almost forgot. Jean's waiting for you at the cathedral. It's something to do with the Holy Lyre de Himmel.
This is Barbara, the deaconess of the church. She is here to retrieve the Holy Lyre de Himmel.
May the Animo Archon protect you. I'm not really in a position to speak compared to her, but I still want to thank you all on behalf of all of my... Fortunately, everything was resolved peacefully.
Now the Fatui have no choice but to keep their mouths shut. They must be annoyed that things didn't turn out as planned for them. This time, they even lost their best excuse to pressure the Knights of... Diplomatically speaking, they gained nothing. And on the contrary...
Sounds like quite the story. So, we cannot ask you to keep defending the lyre forever. Oh, don't worry. I'm not here to collect... The Holy Lyre! Lord Barbados! Even if for these sins for the rest of my life, it would still not be enough.
Oh, give it here.
How could this holy liar, but how?
Huh? Let Paimon see!
No. I don't know how you managed to fix it, but you'll never touch the lyre again.
We, really should get going. That trick I used to repair the holy lyre. I mean, the magic I used isn't going to hold forever, you know.
What? You tone deaf, Bard! Hey, don't go! Ha!
At last, Mondstadt's rodent ruler in the flesh. Scurrying through the streets looking for leftovers? Mondstadt calls this a god?
Resident rodent beats invasive vermin.
Don't you dare speak back to me, insolent bard. Absentee Archon of Mondstadt. How impotent you've become.
That smirky wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face?
Should have held your tongue. So, this is a gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public.
Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no taste.
Venti!
Well, we have what we came here for. Come, before our dear Favonian friends arrive. Leave nothing for them to find.
Honorary Knight, you're awake. I wouldn't say he's all right. I found you lying unconscious outside the cathedral. That bard awakened first, but strangely, my healing powers had almost no effect. This is the first time I've encountered such a patient.
He left?
The symbol of Mondstadt's hero. I wanted to stop him, but Jean, I mean...
Paimon remembers Venti healing under that tree before. It's probably due to the connection between Windrise and the Animal Archon. Master Jean has figured it out as well, but we can't tell.
The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. I said the exact same thing last time. Why do I only say these things when I'm down on my luck? So you noticed. This isn't something I'm meant to discuss with ordinary people. As you know, visions are external magical foci that only a small minority of people possess. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people allogenes.
Allogenes? Paimon?
That's because this is a secret that only Archons are privy to. Instead, each Archon has an internal magical focus that resonates directly with Celestia itself. It's just a glowing glass ball I carry around to avoid...
So who was that nasty woman who sent...
Her name is Signora, number 8 of the Harbinger. She and the rest of the Harbingers have been given godlike executive authority by the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, and with it, strength surpassing...
The Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya? Isn't that...
Indeed. She is one of the 7. The Tsaritsa who reigns from the Zeppeljorny Palace. The 7 don't always get along well, but still. How should I put this? 500 years ago, I knew her well. You see, a certain catastrophe happened 500 years ago, and after that, she cut off all ties with me. But we can save discussion of the Cryo Archon and the Fatui for another day. If you seek the rest of the Seven, many difficulties lie ahead. You should head for Mondstadt's neighboring nation of Liyue. The Geo Archon who reigns there, unlike me, administrates his entire region He only descends once every year to give his divine predictions, which set the direction for Liyue for the rest of that.
Even so, it sounds like he works much harder than...
In any case, this year's Rite of Descension is soon to begin. If you miss it...
What? Oh, why didn't you tell us before? Well, then bye!
One moment, Windborn Outlander. Yep, Traveler. As you set off on your journey once again, you must remember that the journey itself has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs in the cities, the Tsaritsa, her Fatui and the monsters. The destination is not everything. So before you reach the end, keep your eyes open. Use the chance to take in the world around you. Great. So, that's that for the Animo Archon's admonishments. Back to Venti time. If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single. Up till the end, Dvalin as such. I don't intend. I just hope that Dvalin will be able. Before I became an Archon. If you want to chat, now's the time. Kaya shared some new intelligence. Oh, I see. So, the Abyss Order has a. They were probably trying to turn Dvalin into a weapon of war for the Abyss. I think so too. Apparently. If you want to chat, now's the time.
That Fatui lady didn't...
She wanted to avoid any eyewitness. The slightest slip up here would have destroyed the Fatuis.
So they're just gonna keep acting like Mondstadt's allies as if nothing happened?
If only the Seven Nations had banded together. The Fatui possess the strongest military among the Seven Nations. Yet they've used it to...
Speaking of the liar, didn't he said that the Fatui could only run amok across...
Yes. As I said earlier, the Cryo Archon has given them the Tsaritsa. I haven't... whatever the answer... If you want to chat, now's the time. As I said before, Vision Wielders are known as Allogenes and may ascend to Celestia. A Gnosis is a higher-order nexus of elemental manipulation and is emblematic of an Archon's status as one of the Seven. But as for which of the Seven took your brother... Wait. As one of the Seven, I'm not clear of suspicion yet either.
Hang on a hot second. Tone Deaf Bard is just one of our...
We're a great team indeed. Say, once you find your brother...
you don't seem too into it. Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! If being one of the Four Winds means...
If you want to chat, now's the time. Well then, best be off to Liyue. If the Dissension ritual you failed to tally, then another year you must dally.